How a beloved professor shattered my trust, my life. Nearly 20 years ago, I was just another struggling college student trying to make sense of my life. I had dropped out of art school, unable to afford it, and had moved back home to live with my unsupportive, abusive family. Every day felt like a battle. I was grappling with feelings of worthlessness, trapped by the crushing weight of depression and thoughts of taking my own life. I had no idea where my life was going, or if it even had a future. I enrolled in college courses, not because I thought I had a bright future ahead, but to keep the student loan collectors at bay. I decided to take English Lit because I loved literature. My first professor was everything I could have hoped for. She was engaging, loved by everyone on campus, and became someone I admired deeply. One day, I finally opened up to her. I shared my struggles, my dark thoughts, the weight of the depression I couldn't shake. I needed someone to hear me, someone to see me for who I really was. She seemed concerned but didn't offer any support. She didn't suggest any counseling or campus resources. She just listened awkwardly and told me she didn't know anyone with depression, a comment that stuck with me for years. We kept in touch over the next 2 years, and I tried to convince myself that she cared. Her words seemed supportive on the surface. I worked hard, boosted by the idea that someone I respected thought well of me. But then, I discovered the unthinkable. 2 years later, I learned that she had written a blog post about me. A post mocking me. She had written about me under a fake pseudonym, but there was no mistaking it. The cruel nickname she gave me, the way she mocked my mental health struggles, the way she painted me as neurotic and on the edge of snapping, it was all there. She had no empathy for the pain I was going through. She didn't see me as someone struggling with depression, she saw me as an object for her amusement. When I confronted her, she immediately played the victim. She told me I was wrong to be upset, that I had no right to be hurt by it. When I asked her to take it down, she shrugged it off, saying, "No one would know that was you." But I knew. I knew it was me, and yet that didn't matter to her. Her apology was hollow and insincere, a weak "I'm sorry if I hurt you" that didn't even begin to acknowledge the depth of her betrayal. I took it to her dean, hoping for some accountability, but nothing happened. He was her friend, and she was untouchable. They didn't care that a student was being humiliated, that my mental health was pushed further into the darkness. They didn't care that I had opened up to her, trusting her as a mentor, only to have that trust destroyed. That day, my innocence was shattered. I learned that there are people who wear a mask of kindness while hiding cruelty beneath. People who will mock your pain when they think no one will find out. I thought she was one of the good ones. I thought she could be trusted. But I was wrong. As the years went by, I found myself in teaching and mentoring roles, and I couldn't shake the memory of what she did. I've never understood why someone would behave like that, especially someone in a position of power. I still can't. I've never been able to reconcile what happened, and the pain still lingers. To this day, I imagine she still sees herself as the victim, while I continue to struggle with trust. She went on to achieve a high position, a tenure, and a 6-figure salary, while I was left picking up the pieces of a life she helped destroy. I have no doubt she's still one of the most beloved professors on campus, but I will never forget the cruelty she showed me, the kindness she pretended to offer, and the trust she destroyed. That day changed me forever. I will never be the same person I was before.